Breaking news: federal judge blocks President Trump's order on transgender youth health care. A United States federal judge has temporarily blocked an executive order from President Donald Trump that sought to restrict access to gender-affirming healthcare for transgender minors. The decision, issued on February 13, 2025, by District Judge Brendan Hurson in Baltimore, Maryland, comes as a significant legal challenge to Trump's policies regarding transgender rights. President Trump signed the executive order on January 27, 2025, directing federal agencies to prohibit or severely limit gender-affirming treatments for individuals under the age of 19. The order specifically targeted medical procedures such as puberty blockers, hormone therapies, and gender-affirming surgeries, referring to them as chemical and surgical mutilation of children. Additionally, the directive called on the Department of Health and Human Services (HHS) to stop federal funding from supporting any programs or research related to transgender health care. This move was met with immediate backlash from LGBTQ+ advocacy groups, medical professionals, and legal experts who argued that the order was discriminatory and endangered the well-being of transgender youth. Critics emphasized that gender-affirming treatments are supported by major medical organizations, including the American Medical Association and the American Academy of Pediatrics, as essential and evidence-based care. Following the announcement of the executive order, families of transgender minors, supported by civil rights organizations such as the American Civil Liberties Union Lambda Legal, filed a lawsuit challenging its legality. The lawsuit argued that the directive violated constitutional rights and deprived transgender youth of medically necessary care. Advocates further highlighted that restricting access to these treatments could lead to severe mental health consequences, including increased rates of depression and suicide among transgender youth. In his ruling, Judge Hurson granted a temporary restraining order, halting the enforcement of Trump's executive order for 14 days while further legal proceedings take place. In his statement, Hurson wrote that the order appears to deny that this population even exists or deserves to exist, and that the policy could cause irreparable harm to transgender youth who depend on these medical treatments. The decision has been hailed as a victory by transgender rights activists. Brian K. Bond, CEO of the LGBTQ advocacy group PFLAG, stated, "No parent should have to fear losing access to medically necessary care for their child because of a politician's agenda." Meanwhile, a coalition of 13 state attorneys general, including New York's Letitia James, has urged healthcare providers to continue offering gender-affirming care, calling Trump's order discriminatory and lacking scientific basis. Medical professionals have reiterated that such treatments undergo rigorous evaluations and are administered based on well-established guidelines to ensure patient safety and well-being. The Trump administration has not yet indicated whether it will appeal the decision, but legal experts anticipate further court battles over the issue. Supporters of the executive order argue that it aims to protect minors from making irreversible medical decisions, while opponents counter that delaying care can cause lasting harm and deny transgender youth their rights. For now, the ruling ensures that transgender youth across the country will continue to have access to essential medical care while the case proceeds in court.